But praise the Most High today, family. Praise the Most High Yahuwah today. The Most High Elohim, Yahuwah Sabaoth, the captain of heaven and earthly's armies. And that's what office he's standing up in today, family. The Elohim of war. Hallelujah. I do hope everyone is well, and like myself, you're able to get out and enjoy this gorgeous day. Family, it's absolutely beautiful here in the Carolinas. Just gorgeous. And we do have kind of high winds, so we're going to try to work with this, work this idea in, and hopefully take all the high wind noise out. We say praise the Most High will speak up. We do have a bunch of reading, so we're going to, I left my water. Praise the highest. We'll get through it. But like I said, I hope everyone else is well and that you're able to get out and enjoy this day. I pray you have fair weather in your neck of the woods so you can get out, get some fresh air, some sunshine, and the Most High willing, some good exercise. Hallelujah. Family, we've been getting ours in of late and about to get a whole lot more. I'm not going to share what we're doing, but we just hold our mule right there. But our idea is called The Final Mile. The Final Mile. Robert, what you mean by the final mile? The final mile, or the last mile, is commonly known as the final leg of a journey. It signifies that something is nearing its conclusion, but it hasn't been completed yet. Similar to the final segment of a road trip or the last few miles of a marathon. It's also the final step of delivery from point A to point B, and it's often the most taxing and complex part of the process. Even though this last meaning is mostly referring to transportation, it can be proved true in today's ideal. And it is proved true in today's ideal. Because the Most High is moving his people to a point A to point B. Our final destination. When the Most High showed me this sign on the side of an 18-wheeler last evening, and he whispered in my ear, "That's your next idea," I knew exactly what he meant and what direction we would be going with this idea. However, only minutes later, it was confirmed by this text on the side of a church's bulletin board sign. Yes, I still read those church signs for the inspiring script, because even a broken clock is right twice a day. And that's only if the hands are still moving. And Job 8:7 says, this is the script, "Though your beginning was small, yet your latter end would increase abundantly." Hallelujah. We thank the Most High for that, family. That was so encouraging last evening. We needed a good, strong word. We needed a good, strong word. Hallelujah. Family, this idea pretty much wrote itself, because as the text says, even a young child could understand it and even present this one. We as Yasharal and those who have joined themselves to us by recognizing our identity and doing all they can to support us and Yahuwah's agenda are on the last leg of our journey through this horrific experience called the mystery daughter of Babylon. Babylon itself. Most don't want to admit to it, but if they read the scripts and have the Ruach HaKodesh leading them into all truth, they already know it. You can't hide it. And even if you're just casually reading the text, you already know who the people are. Be like, well, that identifies them folks there, not them folks over there. Why are them folks saying they the people when their tone, they have a different tone? Them boys up there practicing for that world war that's here. We are at the end of our 400-year captivity and oppression, and we are about to come out with great wealth, returning to our own land. However, as always, there's a big but in the room. As always. I ain't being nasty, you know it's true. Most of the time now, we can't say all the time. It depends if a brew is in the room or not. Family, you know we gotta get us a good chuckle in. Hallelujah. I ain't being nasty or mean, it's the truth. We are first going to enter the wilderness of the nation. This is found in Ezekiel 20 and 35, which describes Yahuwah bringing us folks, Yasharal, who have been scattered among the foreign lands, into a wilderness of the nations for judgment and reevaluation. Oh, Robert, you mean we gotta be judged before we can get into the promised land? You know it. Ain't no more of that skating by. Ain't no more of that BS going with us. No, he said he gonna, well, let's read. But this time is during our exile from among all the other nations or peoples. And Ezekiel 20, 35 through 39 says, and I will bring you into the wilderness of the nations or peoples, and there I will plead my case with you face to face, just as I plead my case with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt. So I will plead my case with you, says Yahuwah. I will make you pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. And we have learned that from Teo Ministries that this is an African tradition when you pass under the rod, just like some folks jump over the stick. And that's what this is. This is the marriage. He said he's going to bring us into the bond of the covenant. Yeah. It's when he marries his bride. I will make you pass under the rod, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. I will purge the rebels from among you and those who transgress against me. I will bring them out of the country where they dwell, but they shall not enter the land of Yasharal. Then you will know that I am Yahuwah. Then you're going to know for sure, without doubt. When he does everything he says he's going to do, and we say, I told you so. I was just thinking last evening about this I told you so moment that we're having right now. Because everything we said have been coming true. Notice I said we. It's not nothing Robert is saying. I'm just a spokesperson. I take notes. I take notes and I just read the script. Hallelujah. The text represents the literal exile and regathering of Yahuwah's chosen, the apple of his eye, whom the nations have mistreated and mishandled. And this face-to-face confrontation with Yahuwah to deal with our unfaithfulness and idolatry is just like our ancestors faced. But we know their story. They died off in the wilderness. Our final goal is to have the testimony of Saul, who wrote Timothy in 1 Timothy 4, 7 through 8, proclaiming, I have fought the good fight. I have finished the race. I have kept the faith or the belief. The only way to meet this mark or high calling is as Saul said in Philippians 3 and 14, I press towards the goal for the prize of the upward or high calling of Yahuwah in Mashiach Yahusha. All things through Yahusha. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. It's by Yah's grace, which is just that opportunity. This is all done once again as Yahusha used the example of the 10 virgins in his parable found in Matthew 24. Some interpret this parable as a picture